Welcome everybody to another episode of Cho Thoughts. I'm the Big Cho, of course. That is Big E. um, as you saw right before we started, my hands all fuckered up. Um, I did my brakes for the first time ever by myself. My dad was like a little bit of help, and that's what I wanted, because I wanted to learn how to do this shit on my own.
Mm.
And I was sitting there, and I was on it, bro. Like I remember from muscle memory, like my brother Trevor was showing me a little shit here and there. But like my dad was pinpointing out some things that I wouldn't know really, and like I was trying to watch YouTube videos, but having your dad there a little bit, just like pointers, like the
Yeah.
fucking video don't do that. I'm like, okay, well, all right. So um, I'm trying to get the bolts off for to get the rotor off, and I got my hand in the back, and I have my gloves on, right? And I know if you just like tap it sometimes, like get a little bit of force, and then you can get like a mallet or whatever. So he's going to get the mallet, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go in there. And I was like, boom, boom. And my fucking hand completely slipped. And I just felt it hit the car and the rotor. And it was like, and I was like, oh,
That hurts.
I was like, that sucks. But like, I didn't pay no mind to it, like, because I had my gloves on. So I just,
Yeah.
you know. So when I took my gloves off and I was just telling Brandy, I was like, oh, we got a war wound. She's like, what is it? I was like, bang. And she's like, holy shit. I'm like,
Mm.
well, I mean, it could have been worse. She was like, what's worse than that? I'll tell you. So when you put on new rotors, I don't know if you've ever did this or anybody who has or watches. They come. It depends on how you get them, but when I got mine, they have like a film on it so it doesn't rust or whatever from shipping. So of course you put like brake cleaner on it. Well, I was spraying it, and I was also spraying like where I'm putting the rotor to get all the to clean it up. And I had cuts on my legs, and the brake cleaner got in my leg cut.
Mm.
Oh my god, bro.
It's clean.
That shit was mortifying. I was there, and all of a sudden it got in there, and I was like, "Fuck, fuck!" Like, oh my god! And all of a sudden, Brandy said, "Trevor, my brother, came upstairs and was like, who the fuck is screaming?" And she was like, "Your brother." And then we came in and we were telling him what happened. He's like, "Yeah, that would fucking happen, dude." He's like, "That shit's nothing to fuck with." He was like, "That shit hurts." I was like, "Yeah, dude, that." And all I had was scrapes, not cuts, like on my legs, and it still fucking killed me, dude. I
Yeah.
was like, God damn. So this is nothing compared
Mm.
to the scrapes on my legs.
Yeah.
But I will say that, like, you've known me a long time, and you know my dad, that every Chopec project, if it's estimated to be an hour, tack on three more,
Hmm.
sometimes four. So I went there with like a 3 hour window. I had my brakes done in an hour and like 15 minutes. I was shocked. I was like, all right, well, I was telling my dad, like, okay, we'll wrap this up and whatnot. He was like, well, damn, if I knew that, we should have just did mine. And I was like, well, let's go do yours. And he was like, no, let's just quit while we're ahead. He's like, it's my luck. We'll go do that and we'll be there for 5 hours. Like, that's
Yeah.
what's going to set the tone. And I was like, all right, whatever. Um, so nevertheless, we did that. I went and did that this weekend because I really wanted to get it done. And I know how, like, the the rain was like spotty yesterday. It was like there, then not there. And we kind of had the perfect window of opportunity to do it. And then I realized that if I would have went over about another hour, because again, like a Chopec project, I'd have been doomed because it
Yeah.
just coming. But um, but yeah, we I got that done, and then came home, just chilled out the rest of the day. The day before, we were at Arcane's birthday party. My cousin Charles and Brittany's son. He turned 3, so we're there, and uh, of course, my family is like the rigatoni, the pasta salad. They kind of go hand in hand and all that crap. So I saw that there was like the big oven pan of like rigatoni, and this giant other pan. And I looked and I was like, oh, cool. Y'all made meatballs. And my uncle was like, "Oh, well, just chill on them because there's only like 20." And I was like, "We're a fucking party. Like,
Yeah.
who just makes 20 meatballs?" So I was like, "Okay, bro." I scooped one out. Bang,
Oh, they're the big ones.
bro. They were the big boys. And then I was sitting there going like, I looked at it and I looked over at Brandy like, These are homemade, bro." So I'm like cutting into it and I'm eating it, and all of a sudden there was way more than 20.
Oh.
Because next thing you know, he's trying to do like your aunt's husband was doing. Like
Mhm.
he was like, "Take this home." And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, "Bro, I could eat for probably like 2 weeks with this shit."
Yeah.
Because there was so much. But I was sitting there in the back of my head counting, like as people were going up, going 19, 18, 17, 16. I was really seeing if there was 20 meatballs in this thing.
Mm.
So nevertheless, like we had fun. The kids had fun. Um, Arcane kept getting sand in his mouth. Typical kids. But I felt bad for them because, again, I don't know if you were out and about on Saturday, but it was real nice. It started real nice here in Pittsburgh, and then it got real dark. Like you could feel like the wind was coming around.
Up
So
on Saturday.
yeah, so it was like coming. Yeah. So as we're
Yeah, we
sitting there, like you could see like the tables, the wind's like the wind was so bad it was picking up underneath the table, like the tablecloth. And mind you, Britt and Charles were smart. They taped their stuff. But at the same time, the wind was kicking up so bad, dude. Next thing you knew, you saw cake flying.
we were at a baby shower on Saturday, and it was at the police station.
How was
So
that?
what?
How was that?
Yeah, that's nice. No, so my aunt, she's a city cop, as you know. Um, so down the road from us, down on the main drag, the Fraternal Order Police Lodge is down there,
Yeah.
and they have a giant ballroom for like their shit.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
with her being a cop, obviously she can rent it. So she rented it out for a shower.
Yeah.
So I just said we were at the police station. Uh, but yeah, no, we were chilling. Everything was cool. There are windows, but not like crazy giant windows. But
Yeah.
there is
Yeah.
like a patio and stuff out off the like a balcony off of the one side, and that's where a lot of like the kids were like like the little kids like what you were talking like
Yeah.
were
Like
at
little kids. Yeah.
like yeah, like little kids. They were out there like doing their thing out there, and I went out to go see what was going on because my brother-in-law and a couple other people, cousin and people were out there. So I went out. Next thing you know, you just like you said, that wind it just cooked through the area because there was like a lot of trees and stuff behind the building. I was like, "What? I know, like we get what the hell?" They were like, "It's supposed to rain." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I didn't think it was going to be anything like real windy though."
Yeah.
And then it just next thing you know, like it for like 10, 15 minutes just winds circling. And I guess too, it kind of caused like a little funnel area where the wind just hit a pocket and was just
Oh.
blowing around like crazy. Um, so I was like, damn. So they told the kids to go inside just to be safe. And then next thing you know, that it got dark and then it just poured for like a I don't know, good 20 minutes. Like
Yeah.
it was like that heavy rain that like if you went outside, it was gonna hurt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's how it was when we were leaving. Like again, the timing was everything. Like you saw it, and then of course, like the way the party was over at that point. So we're like helping Charles and Brett like clean up because you can see it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So you're like kind of all hands on deck to try to get this going.
Yeah,
And I swear, as soon as we pulled out of that park, bang! Like it was just like damn. Yeah,
yeah,
it was bad. And then we got here back to the house, and her and I were sitting here. Oh yeah, we were just uh, we were getting ready to watch the Steeler game, and that's you and I were talking.
yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she was like, "I know it ain't that. It's not that dark yet." And it was around and 6-ish, 7.
Mhm.
And then I knew the Steeler game was starting, and then all of a sudden, like I'm looking out my window, and I was yo, like this shit looks like it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Just we're laying here, like we're laying on each other watching the game, and you heard, wow! It was right fucking here, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen lightning or heard lightning or like felt thunder that close to me, bro. Like
Yeah.
where it shook the fucking trailer. Now, mind you, it's a trailer,
'Cause
but
that's
still,
whenever they made that announcement, like, because the game, they told they had to have everybody go inside, like they cleared the stadium and had everybody go into the Great Hall, whatever they said for safety or whatever.
that makes total
Because
sense.
there was that video of Josh Allen for the Bills, because he was supposed to start that game, but then they showed that video. I guess they were out doing warm ups and it started raining, and he like a video of him running like a little bitch into the training room.
Right. I mean, it was pretty fucking crazy. But then, so we're there. So I started watching the game. You and I were discussing the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't know if it was like me. That game was boring as fuck.
Well, I think a lot of preseason football has been boring so far this year, and you know me, I always got to reference it because I watch it every day. My boy Pat, that was a subject of conversation today, and he actually had on another fellow Yinzer. He had on Coach Coward today, and he was asking him
Chin was
about
all
like
out.
what's that?
Chin was all out.
Yeah, because they came back from their first hour break at 1 o'clock, and that's when normally when they announce and bring AJ on, and he was like, "Well, hold on a second. If you notice, folks, when I said we have two jaws joining us today," he goes, "I wasn't talking about the fish." He was like, I was talking about this stunning jaw next to me right here, and he points over like to the screen like this about AJ, and he goes, and now we have probably the best jawline in all of the U.S. And he pops up Bill Cowher, and I was like, oh shit.
That's awesome.
So, so that was pretty cool. They had a really good, but so preseason became a topic of conversation, and it's like these games are just, I don't know, like. I mean, even when we were younger, like I don't want to talk about like when we were little kids, but even like I don't know, I would say like in our teens, like high school, like preseason still kind of meant something. Like, yeah, you just still didn't always see the starters. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's more for the second, third string and the new rookies and stuff. But it's like I just feel like preseason nowadays is just,
a total bust.
and they want to get rid of preseason, which I wouldn't mind. But then like Bill Cowher's thought, like he said we should keep it because that's what, again, these coaches are evaluating. Like, yes, we know the starters are the starters. Like, but he was like, for me, he was like, let's take, for instance, let's like offensive linemen. He was like, because that's a position that you lose during the season, at least one or two guys to injury. He was like, I need to know what I have depth wise. He was like, and I'm not going to be able to know. Like, I can't just put a guy in there like blind, like not knowing, like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you go play left tackle, and then that guy gets blown up and our quarterback gets sacked and injured. He was like,
right,
I need to know who I'm putting in there and what their style like
right.
is
What
like.
they bring to the table.
Yeah, he was like, and I can't do that during the regular season. He was like, I need to know beforehand. He was like, so he was like, from a coaching standpoint, he was like it. But I've tried to watch a couple preseason games, and they're just not even Steelers. Like I've watched some other teams. Just like I watched the Bears. What the Bears played, was it Thursday night? I think. Because I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, let me check out Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? Like talk of the town. Let me see what he's got going on. And it's like that game was. I mean, he was entertaining. I'll give him that. But once they took him out, I was like, oh, this game sucks. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
That's
it was cool. It was cool to see Mitch get booed.
yeah, yeah. It was, and then it was nice to watch him get sacked a couple times, and then I was like, yeah, he deserved that shit. He deserved that shit.
And I was like him and Kenny. Like we did not. Like
We didn't need them at
Kenny.
all.
They said Kenny Pickett's looking at third string for Philly right now.
Yeah,
Like
good luck.
he's not impressing them whatsoever.
And where's Rudolph? Rudolph's in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, he'll definitely be the second string there because they've already announced that Tennessee's already said that that rookie they had last year, that Will Levis,
Yeah.
he's their guy. He's their franchise guy going forward.
Well, I tell you what, man, watching that shit on Saturday, I don't know. Russ looked like Russ.
Like
Like,
I here, I, and I think me and you talked about this because we were texting, and that was they. It was like Coach Day on Pat McAfee today. He also had Bill Belichick on because that's his new thing. Like now every Monday, Belichick comes on and talks football with them, and he was on there and they brought up the Steelers. And then what's cool is you get, I mean, Bill Belichick, as much as we might hate him and the whole Patriots
yeah,
dynasty, the guy's a fucking football genius. Like you can't deny it. So now you get to hear him talk about teams just kind of free minded, like there's no hangups. He's not, he's just talking about football.
yeah.
And they brought up the Steelers um in the quarterback situation. And even he said, he goes, I would not worry about quarterback play right now. He was like, you, they know what they got in their quarterbacks. They knew what they were getting bringing those two in. You know that Russ is more of a pocket guy. He's the veteran, better, like leadership skills, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin Fields, you're gonna have some more scrambling, get out of the pocket, maybe, run downfield a couple yards here and there. He was like, defense is a defense, is what it is. He goes, your wide receivers, eh, maybe you need a little something there, you know. He goes, Bill Belichick is our biggest worry, and I had to agree with him. Our biggest worry going into this season is our offensive line.
But it's always been the offensive line. The offensive
And I
line's always
think again,
shit.
I mean, you talked about that. Like, I don't want to say that Russ looked bad on Saturday. He didn't have time to throw.
But now he understands what Big Ben and Kenny Pickett were dealing with.
Yeah,
Like, it just crumbles, bro.
but the thing though is like, yeah, that's been a problem the past few years. I wouldn't say it's always been a problem because you got to think back to when we had when Pouncey was our center and you
Yeah.
had Alan Faneca on one side, like Casey Hampton, like come on, like that the Bill Cowher era of like I think since maybe a little bit of early Tomlin coaching era, but lately this later half, yeah, our fucking front line is horrible.
Yeah.
But like Ken, like I still like I stop and think like what the hell was I thinking? Like thinking that Kenny Pickett was going to save the Steelers. Like he's got all the time in the world in Philly to throw the ball. He's fucking
Nothing.
throwing picks, overthrowing dudes, taking too long and getting sacked, and he has the time. So it's like I get it. Like our offensive line is to blame for some of like a portion of the problems that they're having. Because I mean that's we have one of the best running offensive coordinators right now with Artie Smith, and as even like you saw on Saturday, like Naj had a couple decent runs, but it's
Yeah.
like he's not getting any holes. He can't penetrate because
No.
the offensive line ain't giving him anything.
Yeah.
And
It
then you
was like,
figure we lost our regular center, and now they got that rookie kid in. And then they said I didn't realize they switched so that Broderick Jones he kept getting blown up on Saturday. Like that was like the I would call like the weak side. And I didn't realize they flipped him. He's supposed to be the other end of the
the other
line.
side. Yeah.
They flipped him, so he's also now kind of learning to watch on that
Yeah.
side. So they said it's going to take some, adjustments. But again, I said that's what you need preseason for. Like, could you imagine if there was no preseason, you had to start the season, you got
Oh
what you
my
got?
God. No. No.
Like,
Not at all. Because, like, I don't know, watching it, I was just like, what is happening? What the fuck is happening?
like
And then,
I think we're going to be decent. I mean, as usual, I think we're going to have a winning season. I think we might be able to sneak into a wild card spot if we can get our shit together, you know. Um, I think one of the things is there's enough games now in the season, where there's 17 games. So it's like you have a little leeway to figure it out at the beginning. Like if you lose, I'm not saying you can lose like 3 weeks straight to open the season, but you know what I mean? Like if you lose one, win one, lose one or something like that.
I don't know, not us, bro.
Well,
Not us, because the fucking end of that season is very crucial.
Well, I know we talked about that before. Like we, you got to
That's
get
a
all your
lot.
wins. You got to get all your wins stacked now, and that's the only thing. That's the only other good thing about having all the division games at the end of the season. I think is it does give us time that hopefully by the time December hits, we got this shit figured out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who knows what'll happen between now. I, I think they were saying too, like so they only got one more preseason game left, and then like after that coaches got to start making cuts. So it's
Yep.
like I'm not even fucking worried about this Brandon Ayuk shit.
No, it's over now. He's with the 49ers, so
Yeah, like it's like I I I'm sad they didn't go out there and get. He's with who did he just sign with? Shit, Minnesota? No, who fucking Martavius Bryant was back on the market. Like,
really?
yeah, he just signed with somebody. I can't remember who it was. The Giants, maybe. I don't know. He just signed with somebody. I think it was an NFC side team.
That'd have been wild.
And I'm like, damn, you got two that tall ass dude, and you got fucking Pickens tall ass dude on
Yeah, right?
your outside, and then you put like Calvin Austin, you got Muth coming over the middle. Like that would have been all right. I mean, I don't know what kind of shape or what football
Yeah,
play
right.
Martavius is in, but you could probably get him dirt cheap.
Yeah. But I
But
think
I
they
was saying though, like there's a lot of teams that are probably going to be making cuts, soon. So who knows what we might be able to pick up off the free agency list.
for sure. Like they have what is it, the Chargers next, and then that's basically it. It goes into the season.
Yeah, because
But
we go out to we're away for that game.
mhm, yep. But I figured I used to always excuse me, I used to always plan the preseason
Yeah,
because I would know that the fourth preseason game, when they would have four, that's when I knew it was pit time.
yeah,
Because it'd be like, excuse me, the fourth preseason game, it would either lead into that Saturday would be the first pit game or the week after.
yeah,
Now they're doing the third one this week. Pit season starts, well, home season starts next week.
yeah, yeah.
So, and then of course the annual Pittsburgh Rib Fest.
Dude, hey, when we go down for the brawl, we definitely are gonna need to hit up your parking spot.
Well, yeah.
No, they just I didn't. I mean, they didn't just announce what's happening. They just announced that they're gonna try to remedy the situation. Backyard brawl, Pitt versus West Virginia. Pirates are also at home the same time.
Shut up.
Buccos and the Panthers at the same fucking time on the 14th, bro. That
Yeah,
they
thank
said
God
that
for that free parking.
they're trying to manage the parking situation with, I guess, like some certain lots are going to be designated for pit games, certain lots are going to be designated for the Pirates so they can keep flow. And I don't know, it was on the news. It was like a big thing, and I was like, what are they talking about? And I looked at the calendar schedule, and I was like, oh shit.
Well, that's the great thing about mine is like where my job is. You literally walk down the hill, you're at the field.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, I scour through to see if anybody's tailgating. I know, or see if maybe Craig and Jen. Shout out to Sipples if they're down there because obviously it's the backyard brawl. I mean, a lot of people go down there to tailgate for the backyard brawl. That's how it ended up that year. I sold the tickets. Like it was just they were down there, and next thing you know, I was like, "Oh, I got $800 in my fucking pocket, and I'm getting trash outside in the parking lot."
yeah. I think so. The pit game I think starts at 3:30 that day.
Yep. Yeah. Ah.
We're dead. We died.
It's over. Cue it.
Uh,
We need a technical difficulty first.
and then I think the Pirate game's at 6:30. So that's where. But that's the thing is like like there'll be people tailgating pre and post game of Pitt, and then you'll want the people that are trying to get there early to tailgate for Pirate game. So it's
There
like those.
might be people leaving from the pit game to go tailgate for the pirate game to go fuck into the pirate game.
I mean, if dude, I would.
Yinzers are gonna yinzer, bro.
I'm not. Hey, I can't blame them. I mean, look at dude. How about our boy fucking Mac Mall? Like, did you see his shit? He was like Pirate game. He was like Superman change football game,
Yeah,
and then he went back, and then he went the next day. That was Saturday, and then Sunday he went and worked the fucking Bruce Springsteen
Springsteen.
concert. Hey,
Shout
shout
out
out
back
to
mall, Superman.
yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, damn, that dude's all over. He hit up all three fucking sporting events in like 24 or 48 hours.
Right? He probably got paid too.
Oh, fucking right. He was. I don't remember what he said he was dealing at the Pirate game. I know at the football game he was dealing uh some Michelob Ultras maybe and water. I'm like, he's killing it.
Yeah. And then of course the boss comes in, he's probably just selling anything.
Yeah, I don't know what he had there too. The boss, yeah, that crowd will drink whatever. They don't give a fuck.
Well, Springsteen was here what, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, he was one of those ones that does multiple shows because he sells out so fast.
Yeah.
So, because I knew some people that went to the Saturday show. I forgot he was even in town. So I saw some people post, and then the Sipples went yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So he puts on a good show. I got to see him. He was one of the first. No, he was the second artist to ever play PNC Park.
Okay.
I think the Stones were the first artist. Um, he was the second artist to ever, when the year PNC Park opened or whatever, and they decided to let concerts happen. I worked the show, but for me, like working it meant I watched the show.
Yeah, for sure.
So he puts on a good show. I mean, especially now, dude's fucking old as shit.
Well, I had a guy at fucking work. All right, he's like a huge Springsteen fan. He went
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be the same show, but what if? What if?
You know what though? That's the thing is like he's got such a catalog. He could do different
He could have
like
switched it up. Yeah.
he could do like a whole album one night, do a different
Yeah.
album another night. Like he's got so much that he could change it up.
He could throw in deep cuts and then, like,
He could be like,
the
look, I'm Taylor Swift. We're gonna do eras. Dumb bitch.
bro, we can't have smoke with the Swifties, bro.
Fuck you, Swifties. Yeah, this guy. I'll say it.
That guy's crazy, bro.
I don't
Don't
like it.
cancel us.
I don't like it.
No, but yeah, when he said he was going Friday and Sunday, I was like, why didn't you just go all 3 fucking days? You know what I mean? Like
He
shit.
probably do. I probably could have. If I
He
could have.
probably fucking would have, bro, if he was given the opportunity.
Yeah.
He would have. But
Hey, speaking of football, hey, look at that. JJ Watt right there. Did you see
yeah,
he's hanging out? He's down there banging and clanging in the Steelers weight room.
I saw that. I was like, but you're still retired. But I know.
No, he said, and it was quoted. This is the last year that he will leave his NFL phone on. That if a team calls, he would think about it. But after this season, he is officially done and not playing no more.
He's done.
Dude, and then Bill Cowher brought that up when he was on McAfee today, and he said that he was just with JJ. They were doing some stuff because JJ is going to be on the panel with him or on the pregame show, whatever you call it, with CBS.
Yeah.
And he was like, they just did this big little get together, thing with the station. and he was like, he goes, I was talking to him about it, and he's back down to his playing weight. He was like, he's in playing weight shape, like he's back down to what he was when he played.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna play, but
No, but like every Yinzer's probably hearing this and like, oh my god, calm down.
See the
Like,
pattern here.
I see the pattern here. That's what happens with all these Steeler fans. Something happens and all of a sudden they're like, you know, he
yeah,
gets it. He didn't even follow football. But um, but no, like so now I'm thinking about concerts and parking and whatnot because um, Brandy for my birthday got us tickets to see Mitchell Tenpenny in October, and it's at Stage AE, and I'm like, in October, I guess we'll probably be inside. I've only been inside Stage AE once, and that's when we met Billy Gardell for the pep rally. Like that was it. So I don't know. Maybe it might be a nice October night. Who knows? But I know parking. I mean, I was thinking about walking from Access, but I ain't walking that goddamn far.
yeah, that's a little further.
So, like I
I
walked
think
the
you'll be
one.
all right. I don't think like October, like is it a weekend or?
It's a Thursday. It's like October 24th.
I think you'll be good. The only thing that you would have, I mean, you would probably know would be if Pitt has like one of those random weird night. Well, I don't know. Steelers got some Thursday night games too,
They do, man.
so that would only be the only thing that would screw you up. Would be as if the Steelers or Panthers for some reason had a random Thursday night game. But if they're
Yeah.
not, if they're not playing, you'll be good to go down there.
Yeah, because that's what I don't like about when they do the pit season is they'll give you a couple and then they give you the one night game
Mhm.
like that you always know it is. But those like last to like two there's that the last two and then there's always the Thursday night before that. But the week before that is always to be determined too. So that could be a night game.
I know.
And Pitt has such a fan base that they have been putting them on at night. So
Well, it also depends on who they're playing.
yeah, and towards the end, it doesn't. I don't think they're playing anybody crazy, but
I haven't
I'm
really
excited.
I haven't dived into the pit schedule really yet this year. I'll tell you what though, dude. On Twitter, Pitt was posting some stuff from like training camp or whatever down on the south side, and one of I don't know, a coach, trainer, whoever this dude was, he was wearing this Pitt shirt, and I'm on the hunt for it, and I cannot find it online anywhere. So I'm wondering if it's one of those Oakland sidewalkers,
Yeah,
dude. It was the NWO. Like it was a blue shirt with the
keep
yellow
talking,
with the yellow NWO square, and instead of NWO, it had the H2P.
bro. I'm gonna need that.
That's what I said. I'm like, dude, I fucking want that shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that shit. That way we could just come out, walk down through the crowd, play the NWO music like New World Order. You goddamn right.
Yeah, and I couldn't read what it said. Like like it always said under the NWO, it said New World Order.
Yeah,
I think it might have said Pit Panthers or something like that, or
they could have said hail to Pitt too.
it might have. Yeah, I didn't because the way the photo was, I couldn't zoom in enough to read it. I just know there was lettering under it, but the H2P, I was like, with the yellow, I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, right. And I would take that blue with yellow writing or the opposite. I take either one.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I don't. I just wouldn't want a white shirt. I don't. I mean, I don't hate white shirts. I have a
I
white,
hate white shirts.
but it's just like,
But meanwhile, I'm in my comfy ass white hoodie, so
yeah,
it,
I mean,
it barely goes out because
yeah, but no, yeah. So I was like, God damn. I was like, I want that shirt. And my thing is like maybe it's just something he had in a stash. He pulled it out, like, oh fuck, I forgot I had this shirt. It's like from like 2 years ago.
yeah, well, still that's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I checked the NCAA's website. I checked Rally House. I checked the Pit Shop. Like I checked every online college shit that I could.
That for real might be an Oakland street corner guy.
Yeah, because I don't feel like that's one that.
Or there's that person like the corner vendor
Yeah, the
across.
guy right down right by the Shenley Park entrance.
No. I'm talking about down at the game. Like he's across the street from Rally House.
Oh, he sets up on the corner with that
Yeah.
trailer.
Yep.
Yeah,
We might have to go looking,
we might have to.
bro. I'll spend money.
Yeah, but those guys though, they're not that expensive.
No, but I mean, I want that fucking shirt. Like,
I know. That's what I said. I was like, damn. I was like, that's what I'm looking for. I was like, that'd be sweet.
right? Fuck yeah, dude. Or just give me a Yeet shirt in them colors too. Fuck it.
You know, if we only knew somebody that could make shirts for us.
You know, wouldn't that just be great?
Rockin' Weepa.
Weepa. Yeet.
I know.
But yeah, like I'm excited actually next week because Brandy gets to experience it, the
Yeah.
whole stuff.
Now,
So
does she care about college football? Like, does she have a team she follows?
nah, not really. Like, you know what I mean? Like her passion is hockey. So I'm all for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Hers is hockey, mine's football, college or pro.
Because the
You know?
closest to her would be Penn State, right?
Yes ish.
That's saying the closest.
Yeah, but I mean in the same sense, I think she's in that middle ground. She can be divided by either one.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, we'll see how that goes. But I'm sure she's gonna like it. She's gonna like the seats for sure.
No, yeah, your seats are good.
My seats are great. I love my seats. Um, and then I do that with her, and then I think they're away that
They go
following,
to they go to Cincinnati, play the
and
Bearcat.
then we're back home.
And then we are fucking on the move.
We're gonna be coming live from the fucking tailgate.
Live
Yeah.
from Acrisure Stadium.
Acrisure Stadium. Acrisure, you can't be serious. Every time I hear Acrisure, I think of Craig's wife Jen. Acrisure, you can't be serious, or Acrisure, you can't be serious. Jesus fucking Christ. I love that woman. Shout out, Jen. I love you.
Damn Ravens fans.
Hey man, but the best is I will digress before we move on. There was a time I forget what Craig was doing. I think he was uh either out of town or something like union related. I believe so. And Jen, if you're watching, you could always tell me about it again to re-trigger it. But we were watching we went to the pub, the Bulldogs pub, to watch a Steelers game. And they're playing, of course, the Ravens. And I was like, oh, this is a setup. So I was like, okay. But here we're just sitting there, and next thing you know, it's like the crowd's all crazy all over the place in the bar. But then she's just like, "Yay, sports!" Like you would think there'd be more passion to it, but I guess
Yeah.
you still gotta watch where the fuck you are,
Yeah.
because I mean, and I told her that after going to Cincinnati when they were
Yeah.
playing the Steelers at, of course, here while I was there,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, I don't want no fucking, I don't want no smoke. I mean, I'm just here to do my job. Like just want to, the game's on, just chill out and watch my shit." But I'll never forget that. Is like I came there, no Steeler stuff because I knew they were playing Cincy.
Yeah.
But the best part is I wore like my penguin fitted, like my baby blue hoodie, and over on another screen, the Pens are playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. I was like, fuck, like total fucking setup. I was like, oh my god. And when we walked in the bar, dude, you could have felt the fucking needle on a record drop. Like,
Dude, that's like it's opposite. Like I well, I don't do it on purpose to like so people don't know like I'm a tourist or I'm an outsider or whatever. But I have so many fucking hats and shit. Like I know I have something for that city. So I'll wear something just to rep that city while I'm there.
dang.
And So I mean, I've gone other places and I know I've worn Pittsburgh shit. Not to be a dick, but just
No, I'm saying neither have I.
because again, I might you going on trips or going whatever. You pick some outfits like you. We gotta have a hat to match it. I can't help it if the hat I match.
Yeah, that's like
So
kind of like when we're here and we're wearing like something else, and
yeah,
it's like, oh, are you from? No, it just it works.
yeah. We uh, I was wearing my Erie baseball hat that me and Mike got back in the spring. And it's one of my favorite hats. It fits great. I love the look, like the design on it and everything. And it's black and red, so it kind of goes with a good bit of shit that I have. And I don't know where I was. And some dude walked over. He was like, "Oh, you from Erie?" And I was like, "Well, no, but I have a summer place up there, so I'm in Erie a lot during the summer." He was like, "Oh, I just saw the hat and thought you were from Erie." And I was like, "No." I was like, "I just support the team." I was like, "If we're up there, we sometimes catch a game or two during the summer." I
Yeah,
was like, and again, I just like the hat. He's like, "Oh, it's cool. It's cool to see." He goes, "You don't see that where anybody wear that a lot outside of Erie." And I was like, "Well, now you say you can, buddy." Like, so, glad I
yeah,
made your day.
yeah. I get the opposite where if I'm wearing any like if I get a team randomly, for example, like a Pirates hat outside
Mhm,
this city,
mhm.
then it's like, oh, your fucking team, blah blah. Shut up. Like,
Yeah,
uh, no, like
yeah,
we're not having this conversation. Like, it goes with the outfit. I like the colors, and I'm from Pittsburgh. Like,
mhm,
that's the one thing that comes out. I'm from there. Like, other than that, I don't give a fuck about them. Like, I really don't. Or if like you like, I think okay. One time I was wearing my like Houston Rockets hat here, and this one dude was like, "Oh, do you love a?" Like, he was naming off all these fucking basketball players, and I was like blank face. I was like,
yeah,
red, red, white. Like, just the outfit. Like, it's just the outfit.
yeah. That's why I tend to try and not wear sports that I don't know much about. Like I don't own anything basketball. I lie. I do own a Celtics hat. It was like something when I worked for Lids, but um I wore it for the week that they required us to wear it. It was like a promo thing. I never wore it again. Like I still own it. I can say I have a Celtics hat, but like I don't like this. I don't like basketball. I don't like Celtics. Now I'll watch college basketball, but again, I don't go out buying like college hat. Like I do
Yeah,
have some, but like yeah, I don't like me and Mike well, the past 2 years we've been on the kick of buying these baseball City Connect hats,
yeah,
and we're buying the hats because we like the design, the logos, and the meaning. Because a lot of these hats have City Connect. There's meaning behind them,
mm,
so we've been buying them. And yeah, you'll wear one, and people will be like, "Oh, you're like a what is one of the recent ones I bought? Oh, Detroit. I I took Mike needed a ride over to Waterworks Giant Eagle. Dude, we he just got I went and picked him up. He was like, "Oh, cool." He was like, "The hats came today." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." So just happened to work out. I was with them. UPS or whoever it was dropped off the hats that we ordered before I got there. So he gave me my hat, and it was the Detroit Tigers City Connect hat. I'm like, "Oh, the hat's sweet. Like I want to throw it on right now." I swapped out hats. So he ran into the Giant Eagle to do what he had to do. I'm just sitting in the car in the parking lot, just chilling, listening to the radio. And this dude walks by. He was like, "Whoa, Tiger's hat." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, first it caught me off guard. Like, I was not expecting, like, with just chilling my windows down, like, not expecting
yeah,
some dude to walk by. He was like, "You from Detroit?" And I was like, "No, it's their City Connect hat, dude. Like, I just like the hat. Like, I mean, if he wanted to talk a little Detroit baseball, I could talk a little bit, but like not
yeah,
like don't be getting into all kinds of crazy off the wall Detroit conversations with me.
yeah.
We can talk a little 8 Mile if you want, but other than
Talk about some Ford, some Ford shit, but we're good.
we can get with the 313. Like I don't know,
Fuck free world, whatever.
that's like, but like you said, you just it's just like, okay, like, I mean, and that's just that, uh, I don't know. It's just that chance that you take wearing, you know what I mean? And again, like you said, for us, like we do it so often, it's just like,
Yeah, it's
let's see how many idiots want to talk to me today.
yeah, it is. It's common nomenclature that it happens. Like I remember one time I wore my Oakland A's hat to a Tiki Lounge, and that's how I found out that the former bartender Michelle, shout out Michelle, one of the greatest, that her dad played for the Oakland A's. Like,
No.
that's cool. But then don't ask me no questions. Like,
Yeah,
all right. But I was like, green, yellow, whatever. All right, cool. And the Packers one was a little bit lighter, so no, it didn't work.
I know. Like that's, yeah, it's just like, I just kind of wear whatever I'm in the mood for and whatever is going to match whatever it is that I'm wearing. Like, that's why, like this today, like, I had no particular reason to wear this other than it matches my navy shirt and my red shorts. Like, it's the only reason I have this on. And it, like, I'm leaving this out to kind of go with like football season since it's, JJ Watt's
Yeah.
line. Like, I was like, oh, I can wear this for football season if
Right.
I wanted to. And again, it
Well,
matches the outfit.
I kind of feel bad because so we're leaving. Well, this will come out on Friday, so tomorrow we'll be
Yeah.
leaving Saturday to go to Splash Lagoon. And
Hmm.
I'm a person that'll have three outfits, maybe like two pairs of shoes, three, and I'll have like seven hats because you could always mix and match them. You know what I mean?
Dude, so Mike went to Indy a couple weeks ago with his brothers, and he took the hat luggage, and he was showing me everything that he had in there, and then he was, and then just from off out of nowhere, like from behind like a pile of clothes or something, I couldn't see it from where I was at. He just pulled out this giant fucking like bag, like a shopping bag, and he was like, "Oh, and I had all these too," and I was like, yeah, I bet you did. Like, so he was like, I bought so much. Like, he was like, I left with probably, he goes, I probably took like half of this with me, if not a little more. And then I came back with all of this.
Right. But
I
I
was like,
mean,
yeah, well,
that's how I
that's,
am too. Like, plus I'm in Erie. So if I go to the Mill Creek Mall by chance, now like this is different than here at like Tanger Outlets. Tanger
yeah,
Outlets I can get there, but that's 2 hours away in Erie. If
yeah.
I go there and I see hats that I don't see here, I'll grab them.
The very first time we went to that mall, because again, we have our place up there. So every once in a while we go up there. Because there's a store connected to that mall. What the hell is that store? Ollie discount place.
Oh yeah, like good stuff cheap.
Yeah, yeah. They have one of those like connected to it. So if you didn't know that, now you know. If you want to, there's one of those. Um, but anyways, so every once in a while we'll like pop into the mall because it's really not that big, kind of
No,
small.
it's Mill Creek Mall is really not that big.
But they have some decent shit in there. But anyways, I first time we went up there, uh, it was like a bad rainy day, and the family was up. I think it was like Labor Day or Fourth of July weekend. So me and Donna packed Jane and I think our nephew Kevin. They were little. We packed them in the car. We're like, let's just go up and walk around the mall to get them out of the house,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
do
yeah, for sure.
something. So I was like, wonder if this mall has a lids. And she was like, I bet it does. And I was like, I'm just gonna bet it does too. I found the lids. It's right by the food court, like
Right?
where they
I
always
think they
are.
do that shit on purpose.
I went in there. They do. I went in there and I saw it from across. Like I walked in the doors and I saw it and I was like, I'm buying that hat. And she was like, you don't even know if it's your size. And I was like, I don't care. And it's a little snug. It's a little snug, but I'll get it on. Dude, it was a Jammers hat. It's one of the Pirates minor league teams, and it's like an obscure team that like doesn't put out a ton of merchandise because it's like one of their like minor league teams.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just the dude just like it was just one random. He goes, we don't even have like a whole row of them. It was just one random hat that they just happened to get in their shipment for some reason, and I was like, I want it. Like I want that shit.
I'm
Like,
telling you.
and that's what I do. Like when I go out of town, like I'll try and find lids if I can. But anymore nowadays, you could probably find like a Rally House or Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that.
Yeah, something of that nature. Like
Or what?
I was trying to buy shit in Columbus, but like it
I
was
know because you talked about getting us those soccer hats.
yeah, those Columbus crew hats were fucking sick. But then, ironically, they canceled us going up here. Like
Yeah, they heard the word.
they heard the word, and but like when I was in Columbus, I got him the Columbus Blue Jackets like snapback,
Yeah.
and I mean, I fit it, but I buy the snaps more or less for him because bless you. Speaking of,
Wrong me a snap.
well, I have my Steelers snapback too, but we didn't get a chance to go anywhere in Cincinnati though. But that's usually what I do. Like I remember when Brenton was in Washington D.C.
Oh
I
yeah,
went,
you.
I balled out in there.
Yeah, because you guys found like an outlet mall or something.
Yeah, and then that's where
'Cause
I got
you were sending me pictures like, bro, look at this shit. Like,
yeah, and that's where I found like that. That's where most of my like America holidays hats comes from. Is from
yeah,
that visit. Like I have two DC Nationals hats or Washington Nationals hats. I actually have three. I have a Redskins hat. Don't do any of this. Shut up, Siri. I have a Redskins hat. That's probably a fucking can't even wear
collector's
that.
item.
It's a collector's item.
Collector's item.
And the only thing I was going to get, but still regret, is it was a Black Dot Capitals hat. Like I thought about it, and I was like, I think I already spent a little too much here. So, but
Yeah,
but the cool thing is they had the caps in the letters, and then they had the eagle, like it was Black Dot. That I almost bought it
yeah,
because again, I like shit like that. I mean, obviously, but you know what I mean. When I'm out of town, it's different. Like I really
yeah,
will. I really will. Like if I go to Ocean City, I if I go now, knowing that Hatland is in Ocean City, like 2 floors of this shit, I'll easily drop $500.
yeah. I'll Venmo you some cash. You're gonna be picking shit up for me too.
I know, and then if I tell fucking Mike I'll be there too, I'll be rolling under 1,500 deep. Like, let me get this and a this and a
Fuck it.
this and a
If
one of
that's the
these.
case, me and Mike just might meet you there.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, fuck it. Where are you going today, honey? I'll be back. I'm gonna go with the guys. We're gonna go to Hatland. We might be back in 3 hours. We might
fuck.
about.
I mean, me and Mike have made the trip to Baltimore multiple times. Ocean City shouldn't be that far off.
It's really not that far off. But I
Ain't,
mean,
ain't
I'm
that where Tyler and Brian are now, though?
Virginia,
Oh, they're Virginia. Okay.
right? And I also made a comment to Brian about like it because he'll go shopping and out and about, and I'm like, bro, if you ever stop in like a Lids and you see something, like just pan me around the store,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll let you know, and then I'll Venmo you or Cash App you some money, like
That's
for
what Mike does. Like, um, if Mike doesn't go out, like if he goes out of town, he'll do that to me. But lately, John's been traveling more with this like comic convention stuff he's been doing with their other brother. So he'll have John do that. He'll have John like, all right, take a bunch of like take some shots from different angles of the store, send them to me, and then Mike will send them. And then Mike will then send them to me, and he'll be like, all right, this is where John's at. This is what we got. Is there anything you want? Like
right. But I don't know. We live in a world now. I could video you,
we could, but like it's just easy because like for us too, like we want to. It's it's a whole process.
bro. Who
Um,
you talking to? I've been the same way. I was supposed to be in Lids at Tanger Outlets for about 10 minutes. I'm in there like,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I get it. Believe me. They also had like the old people fisherman hats with like two different kind of pirates logos on it and shit.
Mm.
I was like, man, I want to be an old man with a fucking fisherman hat, like whatever. So yeah. Speaking of old man,
Okay, what did Pops do?
No, 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 no. He was actually really good this weekend. Really, really good. But another old man. So today I was I was out in Uniontown, PA,
Oh,
and I had like we service the Giant Eagles for their HIPAA and all the shredding the pill bottles and shit. And I got done, and I'm a grown ass man. I had the number two in the bathroom, and I couldn't hold it no more. So I went to the bathroom, shut the door, locked it in the stall, minding my fucking business. All of a sudden, I somebody comes in, naturally, and they try to move the door, and like I'm like, hey, it's occupied or whatever. Well, actually, no, correction. First time I didn't say anything. It's like it's common. Pull it,
mm,
somebody's in there. All right, cool, bro. Then all of a sudden, this dude fucking, clunk, 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 clunk. And I was like, hey, somebody's in here, you know. And Eric, I shit you not, that motherfucker's like, dude, he's fucking pulling on it like a killer in a fucking horror movie. And I was all of a sudden, bro, I'm sitting there, I was like, hey, I'm in here, I'm taking a shit. Like, door opens, whatever, I finish up, wash my hands, go outside. This motherfucker's outside. It's outside the door. And he's this old man, probably in his mid, late 70s, elderly man. And he's just staring, like through my soul, bro. And I was like, were you just sitting there moving the stall door? And I was like, did you have to go to the bathroom or something? I was like, because I'm all done or whatever. Bro, he was like, it's too late. Bro, I lost it in my head. I was like, the fuck he means? Oh, oh man. Oh man. Oh shit. And then he kind of started to smell them.
oh,
I was like, oh damn. So, me, it is what it is, like I'm sorry, but like get your shit together. Like if you gotta poop, poop before you go to the house, before you leave the house. You're an elderly gentleman or some shit like that. So I was like, I'm sorry, I apologize about everything, I was like, have a great day. So I'm coming out of the men's room, I'm apologizing to him, I'm leaving. The fucking women's door opens up, it's his wife. And bro, she's like, Harold, are you fucking serious right now? And he was like, I was trying to get in there, but this motherfucker was in there in the bathroom. She was like, what were you doing in there? To me. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I was taking a shit. Like I was like, I was using the bathroom, what it's used for. Like what the fuck is happening right now? And I said, again, I was like, hey, I'm sorry this whole thing happened. I was like, and she's mentioned something. I'm like, we're gonna have to clean you up or some shit. In the back of my head, I was like, well, fuck, good on you, bro. Whatever. And then I'm just leaving, and they're start yelling at each other. But as they were, like some kid, he must have been like, I guess that bagger, get like cart getter or whatever. He's looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, what, bro? Like I had this shit. How is this all coming down on me? And all I kept thinking about was like, this would make a great commercial for like Activia.
yeah.
Like, hey, your bowels ain't working, but there's some fucking dude in the stall already. Oh man, get you some black cherries. It's heated with Jamie Lee Curtis. Activia. But bro, I got in the work truck and I was like, I felt stupider. Like I did. I was just like, wait, I know people in Uniontown really aren't like that, because my thing was,
Uniontown's a fucked up town.
it is. There is no union in that town. My thing was this: is say they were okay. Here we go. Hypothetically, say they were driving, and oh, Martha, I got one brewing. Okay, there's a sheets right there. There's a fucking giant eagle gecko down there. Like all of a sudden, you're fucking trying to pinch one out. You got a turtle head poking out, and all of a sudden, you want to fucking Hulk the door to try to fucking open the
most
stall.
most wasn't there another stall?
No, bro, that's the thing. There was only one.
Oh,
And then when the lady asked, "What were you doing in there?" I wanted to be like, "I don't know, banging on an 8 ball real quick. I fucking don't know."
well, it's Uniontown again. They could have been. Who
I
knows?
could like, yeah. I mean, I get where I was, but I mean, like, dude, I'm on the job. Like, I'm not just out
Gotcha.
there fucking Deadpool and punching a fucking and there's Coke all on my face. But poor Harold just shit himself. And I don't know if it was fucking if the poor guy wasn't wearing a diaper. Damn. At least he wore the brown khakis. Whatever works for him. But dude, it was oh my god, like, and then it was just it was just crazy. I'm having to like telling him and apologizing. And I was like, shit, shit. Like he just, and I was like, I got a dip, and that's when his wife came out, and it was a whole ordeal. But yeah, I was like, man, fucking Harold. Shout out to you, Harold, you shitty ass old motherfucker. Man, next time
So
just fucking pull the door off.
so that leads me to this. Speaking of older people, generally I would think of an older person for this. There's four nuns. They go to confession. And the first nun goes in. She says, Father, for I have sinned. I touched a man's private area with my hand. And he was like, well, accidents happen if you're in a crowd or, you know, just bump up a guy walking by. It's okay. She goes, no, sir, it was on purpose. I couldn't restrain myself. I did it. And he was like, okay, go out and dip your hand in the holy water and wash up, and God will forgive you. So then the next nun comes in. She goes, Father, I have sinned. I touched a man's private parts with my two hands. And he says, again, I understand situations happen. She goes, no, no, Father, this was on purpose. And he says, all right, go out there, wash your hands in the holy water, and God will forgive you. So the fourth nun looks at the third nun and says, do you mind if I go in front of you? And she says, why? She goes, I don't want to have to gurgle with that holy water after you dip your pussy in it.
Oh man.
I'm fucking old people.
You know what they had their hands on, right?
Oh, I know what
They
they had
had
their
the
hands on.
OTC.
They had it, big
They had
OT.
the one big cock, bro.
They weren't even talking to Father. They were like, I'm sorry, wise man, for I have sinned.
I'm sorry, wise man, for that's one thick cock. Oh my god.
I think that
Hey,
was that was that was my
excuse me.
story of the
Do
day.
you mind if I just, cut in front of you? You know,
She's like, I don't want to have to gargle
I
with
don't,
that before you.
I don't want none
Absolutely.
of that fucking Hail Mary all over me. That's gross. Jesus Christ. That's good, man. That was good.
Mhm.
People are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's a joke. Call me
Get
fucking.
over
Call
it.
me the tits.
People
Call
are
it."
allowed to have fun nowadays.
People are allowed to have fun, and if you get all butthurt, I'll be like, "We get it. We get it. You're an asshole. It's fine. You don't have to listen to us. You know that already. You dumb fuckers." But there are people that stick around because apparently we're funny. I don't see it, but whatever. I mean, we're talking about shitty fucking old people and nuns dipping twats in fucking holy water all over OTC,
All over the OTC.
right?
Hey, speaking of that, did you see that WWE's remix? WWE has sign put in a trademark for another Tongaloa.
What?
They're adding another Tongaloa.
Like three of them?
Yeah, their third brother.
Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Loa Tonga? I don't know.
It's Tonga. Tonga Alla. I think it's ALLA. That's so he doesn't really go by that. It's his actual like birth name is like oh, I can't say it now because now I'm about to say something that is not right at all.
Akua. What the fuck?
It sounds like that. Like you want to say that, but that's not what it is. Um, but yeah, his contract just expired with New Japan, so Tripp snagged him.
Dude.
I
If
was like,
they
what
say
the
his name is Hawk Tua, I'll fucking pee. There'll just be a
no,
puddle of piss everywhere.
no, that's his real name. Like his real name sounds like that, but it's like, but they used a play off his middle name to do the Tonga whatever. Um, so yeah, they just filed the trademark for it, and I guess he's going to be.
Do you do this every time I'm in the middle of this podcast or almost done? Is that like the wrap up? Like we're going home. Boom, let me hit this track. Is that it? Yes. Yeah? Well, when that's how we're gonna do it from now on. When Xander starts banging on the track, that's when we know the action has to stop.
Mhm.
Um, I want to also put out there that uh, Sam. Remember how Sam was talking about getting her license a while back, and she hasn't got it.
Yeah, I saw.
Sam has got her license, so congratulations to Sam. Um, super super happy for her and absolutely proud. Um, maybe we'll see what she's doing next week. Tell us a little bit more about it. Um, and I shit. I don't know. I'll have to talk to back to school because we're going back to school. Uh, well, you'll be watching this Friday, so yesterday would be Xander's first day of school. So I'll touch base on that. Let everybody know how that went, and of course, my wonderful trip to Splash Lagoon as Xander just destroys an entire track next to me.
Yeah, we got. I don't know what we got. We got another baby shower this coming weekend, and then prepping for school because uh, Monday the 26th is Jane's first day. So
Right. But as always, we'll see y'all next week. Of course, I am the Big Show. That is Big E. And we will see y'all next week. Later.